Hello again. I'm back. I'm uncovering you some stuff here, unfortunately. Spoiler alert. My schedule about videos for the next month, so you know what to do. You know how to get and what will be posted when. It will change, so don't stick to that schedule too much, because this is only basic lines for and dates for my videos, and some are already done, some will need some more work, and some other stuff will go in between, so that will be changed, but it's roughly there. Anyway, let's get back to here. We have charcoal ugly block created in the past tutorial, and in this tutorial I will add to this item, not block, but pure one item, which will be called charcoal lamp, as this block in future will be possible to destroy and make some smaller chunks from this. And we will add some basic recipes for those to make them work with this game, so let's make those. This is our same file init.lua from past tutorial. Right now I will add item, and then we will work about other things. I need to exit this game because it needs to be at least restarted. Let's add here Minetest dot register craft item. This is new function. It will work in similar way as register node, but this one will add usable item into game. Also, I'll need brackets here, like in the earlier way. If you want to know more about this block that is described above, you need to watch previous episode of this modding tutorial. But whatever is there, all basics are in this tutorial series, so you can go from first episode. It will take you some time, but it may be worth to watch from start, not from this episode. Like above, I need name, which is escape blocks, and colon, and item name, which is charcoal lamp. Then I need some more definitions for this, and like above, it's only few brackets and few definitions. Like above, it's description. Almost all function can have this description, and this is displayed name for this item, so let's get this only as charcoal lamp. And after this, I need to assign for this item some new texture, because in other way it will not be displayed as anything, but it will not be tiles as in case of block, because tiles can be defined only on block and not on item. Item is 2D two-dimensional entity in this game, and block is three-dimensional. So tiles can be defined by single texture or 6 textures. You can define each side of this how it's called, cube. You can define each side of cube separately and use other texture for each side, so you can easily create standard 6-sided dice using this. But for item, it is not tile, but it's single image, and it is defined by inventory underscore image, and like above its definition in brackets. Oh no, it's not in brackets, so it's only this, and I will use same name as here, but with lump. This defines name that will be used in the game engine, unique for each and every item. Displayed name, which can be used multiple times for similar items. For example, if you have stairs, it can be still wooden stairs or wooden name or whatever, but it can be used multiple times. And pointer for exact texture of this item. Let's save this. It's unregistered version for home use only. And let's get to GIMP. I have basic black texture here. I will add alpha transparency channel for this because I want to remove some and get transparent background. This will be something strange here. I'm removing some texture here, and I will paint over this with that grayish. I need to unselect here. It will cover some stuff and does not matter as much. Transparency is needed for this because it will be item and not block. Blocks should not be transparent and items should be transparent. I'm exporting this as untitled in the same place as before, so in textures folder, and I will change this name to SK charcoal lamp. Okay, let's restart game. Now new item definition from mod will be loaded into game. I can search for this here. It's probably on the last page. No. I will search for my mod name. Okay, this is charcoal lamp from mod called SK blocks. It can be added here. It cannot be built with. It cannot be. You can't do anything with this except dropping on the ground, picking it up and using as a tool, and this will be pure quite mediocre tool because it's not defined as a tool. So we have those items here, and that covers creating item. But how to add more for this? We need some recipes to get those blocks, not from creative inventory, but to get those from actual world. So let's start to make some recipes. Where is my text file? I'll add now new recipe for this. This is done, this is done, this is done, this is done. Okay, let's think. How do you get charcoal in real world? You need to burn wood in a specific way. So in Minetest it would be easier when we can burn any wood to get charcoal. We can burn that wood in furnace. Okay, how to do this? Recipe. It's Minetest dot. Function name is register craft. Also we need brackets as usual, and now it's already starting with brackets, double brackets, because it will be series of instructions. First we need to define that type of this recipe is cooking, because we will cook wood in furnace to get some stuff. Next, recipe equals this part of definition will define what you put into furnace, what item will be used. I want to use here rope, wood, any kind of wood, like this groups, it's defined wood. Any kind of wood will tree. I want whole tree, not only wood. Wood are planks, and tree is when you cut down tree, you have some blocks of wood. I can show you here as tree. Each of those items is tree. It's acacia tree, it's some other blocks of tree, but in general we will use these stumps, these parts of tree, to cook our wood into our recipe. Then output. Who could guess that output will define what you will get after cooking any tree in furnace or in campfire on any other stuff that is registered as cooking device? As output we want our SK blocks charcoal block. It is inserted here. We need to put here whole and exact name of this, and after space we define how much of those stuff we'll get from cooking. So if I enter here 1, when you cook single tree trunk or tree part, you will get 1 charcoal block. If I put here 3, you will get 3 charcoal blocks from each tree. So I will stick with 1. And last thing, pretty important to tune how those stuff will work in general. It is cook time definition defined in seconds. So 10 is defining that 3 will be cooked by 10 seconds, and after that you will get 1 charcoal block from this. How this works? I need to restart this game. Exit to menu. Play game. What I broke? Init line 13. Init line 13. Oh, yes, single line. Okay, try again. Save and try again. I missed 1 letter. Okay. Anything changed? No. Not at first glance. We need a furnace. We need to put it here. We need some fuel here. And we need something to burn. And it started to burn, and it will take 10 seconds. And after this we'll get single charcoal block. Hooray! So now this is working. I can input more wood here and it will burn. Okay, so what's next? You will say charcoal can be used as a fuel, right? Let's put this here and put this here. Either our charcoal lamp can't be used here and charcoal block can be used here because we have not defined that this block can be used as a fuel. So let's fix this. I'll exit this to restart and let's get back to here. If I want to use my charcoal block as a fuel, I need to add it as a fuel. I'll add here comment node item recipe and fuel. Definition of fuel. You would be surprised how it starts. Minetest. Register. Craft. Same as above. It's kind of recipe, but another type. So we need both brackets here. Type is not cooking as above, but fuel this time. Recipe, or in other words, what is put into use is this time charcoal block. Okay. And last definition of this is burn time. It will equal 200. What this means from the beginning. Recipe type is fuel, recipe type is cooking, whatever you want. If you want to cook, you need to insert something and you will get something out, and you will need to define how long it will cook. Fuel defines what will be burned and how long in seconds. So 200 seconds per charcoal block. It's reasonable. It's nice number for me anyway. It's longer than standard wood because coal usually burns longer. But if I'm correct, it's still less than pure coal. And pure coal in Minetest can be only obtained with digging into rock where rocky fuel is located. Let's restart this, and right now we can put charcoal block as a fuel, and it will burn for 200 seconds, burning all those pine trees, or about 20 of them on single charcoal block. Okay, this is one added, but we still have only charcoal block. How to get charcoal lamp? We need to destroy charcoal block. So for example, if I put one charcoal block, I want to get charcoal lamp out from this. How to get into that? Once again, we'll need to restart the game, but I can go into my recipes, and there will be another type of recipe without type this time. Minetest, it's similar. Register craft, I can copy this. It will be also easier for us to do. Let's close those brackets. And right now it's recipe, and it's in double brackets. It's many brackets used here. I will explain why that many brackets in moment, but right now I want our charcoal block. I will copy this for ease. So next recipe and output will be charcoal lamp, and I want 4 of those. How to read that? Another recipe is that you put into crafting grid element of charcoal block, and then you can extract from that 4 charcoal lamps from my modification here. Let's restart game. Crafting grid. I can put charcoal block and get 4 charcoal lamps. This recipe is universal. I can put charcoal block in any of this. Okay, but still I cannot use charcoal lamp as a fuel, and this is same stuff as charcoal block. So another recipe will be quite easy to do. I can get this copied here as fuel, but not charcoal block, but charcoal lamp, and this is only part, so it will burn for quite short time. So I have now charcoal block that burns for 200 seconds and charcoal lamp that burns for 20 seconds. And you have 4 charcoal lamps from each charcoal block, so it's burning way shorter than its worth of material. Okay. Can I use this? Yes, of course I can use this. Now I can put charcoal lamp as a fuel. It will be used after burning all those stuff here. Okay, what else can I do? I can reverse this. So for example, I want to put charcoal lamp and extract charcoal block from this because of storage reasons, for example. So how do I do that? First I will copy this recipe that destroys charcoal block and get charcoal lamp. I can get this exactly in the opposite way. So this here and charcoal block as output, but this operation will only make me unlimited amounts of charcoal blocks, because each block gives 4 charcoal lamps and each charcoal lamp gives 4 charcoal blocks, so it's unlimited, so that's bad. Let's reverse this 1 to 1. So I want only 1 charcoal block as an output, but I want 4 blocks inputted in box shape. This is where I use those multiple brackets. To be easier, I will move those into another line in that way. For example, this. I can put commas here. In this way. I will talk you about this in this way. If I write this down in this way, recipe in these 2 brackets will be as follows. Each of 9 blocks in inventory crafting table will have to have charcoal lamp, and if you put those 9 charcoal lamps in crafting grid, you will get 1 charcoal block back. But we want only 4 of those blocks inserted, so this recipe needs to be decreased. I don't want this line, so now we are left with 6 blocks in 2 lines. This comma is not needed, but it's nice to have. It does not bother us in any way. But if I remove this and if I remove this, we have now 2 by 2 section of crafting grid with this recipe. How it will work in the game? Let's restart game. Nothing is changed here. All setup is done, and now I can just put all of those charcoal lamps, we need 4 of them, into crafting grid, and if I put it in the correct way, 2 by 2, it will give our charcoal block back. It needs to be as square, 2 by 2, but in any way. It can be in any field, so this randomness is left. So now we can get charcoal block, make some charcoal lamp from charcoal block, make some charcoal blocks from charcoal lamps, and we can use charcoal block and charcoal lamp as a fuel. And there is one more recipe that I want to prepare for this tutorial, which is one of most annoying things in Minetest for me. It is, I need this recipe. I will copy this. You can make 4 torches from single coal lamp that you can dig up from the earth, but you need to find that coal, and it's not convenient to find. So I want to use charcoal lamps as a part of torch recipe. So I will do recipe in this shape, which is charcoal lamp above stick. stick is in default mode and is called stick. So I will give charcoal lamp above default stick to get default torch 2. Exact. This will give me 2 torches for each charcoal lamp and stick that I put into this crafting grid. Save, restart game. Yup. I need some stick and I want some coal. Basic usual coal that is digged up. If you use coal above sticks, you have 4 torches. But now you can get charcoal lamp above stick to get 2 torches. You can have pretty much unlimited amount of charcoal, so this trade is reasonable for me. You can limit it to 1-to-1 even if you want, so each tree trunk will be worth approximately 4 torches if you want. So that concludes everything. And this makes that much easier. So we have now decoration block, we have some recipes for fuels, we have some recipes to get our decoration block useful, and we have ways to obtain this block in other way than using creative menu. So this is everything for this part of tutorial, and we have one more tutorial part to get. It will cover how to get those plants and other stuff, because it's not only plants. I may find something on the desert. Where is desert? Desert is there. For example, you have here grass that is growing on the sand. Here we have some stuff that is growing underwater, and that will not be here. I want desert, and desert only, and desert is right here. It's pretty far away, and we are almost there. Okay, here is desert biome, and we have some dead shrubs here that are randomly placed here. So as you can see, those items are generated in dependency on 2 elements. First is biome, and second is that you don't know yet because I didn't tell you. Second thing is considered on the world generation. It is what type of block it is placed onto. So those flowers will be always placed on grass block, and that dead shrubs will be always placed on sand block, and that something blown. Something went boom here. I wonder what was that. Anyway, that grass will not grow here if it's sand, and that shrub will not grow on sand, will not be placed on sand, and those green stuff will only be placed on the beach. Sand that is on beach biome, and not, or even underwater. It may be underwater even. It's hard to tell because water disappeared because of bug, but those 2 colors suggest that it's not underwater, but it is beach biome here actually. So those world generation, and here are other stuff growing on other type of land. I will cover this in the last or the next, to be precise, tutorial, which will be all about adding some plants into world, especially flowers. It will be one topic, and second topic it will be how to make this stuff easier to manage. So it will introduce us to basic Lua function which will help us to generate world, because each of those flowers or plants we will put into world will need on item definition and on recipe definition if it's included. So basic stuff you can think of, it's adding flower, one flower for each dye that is available in game, which is 16 colors. So we need 16 flowers and 16 recipes per each flower. So that makes 32 inputs of recipe and item definition, and that will take ton of space in file, and we can get this into function that will execute one function to register item and basic recipe for that, and one list of variables that will be used for each of those crafts separately. So it will be way cleaner to look at than using standard definitions. Both ways are correct, but it's a cleaner way to manage multiple items that will use same definitions. It will be easier to read, easier to edit, easier to manage for future mod updates. So if you want more flowers to be added, you just need to add one line of text with some changed variables and not more. Okay, that's all for today about modding of Minetest. There will be one more episode of this, but I will not get it today because I need to prepare my notes for that episode first, and that episode will be in about 2 weeks time from now. So subscribe and watch for another episode, and see you soon. Bye.